What's going on, Deep Dive Spirit Crew? It's a beautiful day here in central Alabama. Temperature is about 30 degrees. Getting ready to smoke some deer sausage. I'm going to take you through the process of loading the racks, getting the fire going, just everything there is to that. So as I mentioned previously, there's a difference between hot smoking and cold smoking. Cold smoking is where temperatures between 90 and 110. You don't want the fat inside of the sausage to render or anything actually cook. You're just infusing the meat with the smoke flavor. I smoke with a combination of just whatever oak I have on hand, and also once I get a coal bed going, then I'll start taking hickory and lay that on top of that coal bed, and that's really where the smoke comes from. So we'll get going here, get the fire going, get the coal bed going, and get all the racks loaded up. Here we go. So I'm getting my fire started here. I've got some well-seasoned oak. Later on I'll come in and mix my hickory once I get a good bed of coals. I'm gonna get a good bed of coals here. And yes, I do cheat a bit, get my fire started. It's about 30 degrees outside today, high of about 50, so temperature-wise it's perfect for cold smoking stuff outside. I just hope the wind doesn't get up, because if the wind gets up, it puts back pressure in your smokehouse, and it's hard to get the smoke to carry from the smoke box into the smokehouse. But if it does, I have a solution for that too. Hopefully I don't have to go to it, but if we do, I'll show it to you. Woo, that feels good right there, boy. So the links themselves have been resting overnight in the refrigerator in my barn. You just want to do that to let the sausage casings kind of firm up, so they're less likely to burst once you get them inside of the smoker and they start heating up. And so it's a multi-day process. I mentioned it's a 4-letter word. It is W-O-R-K. There is work involved in this. It is much easier to drop your deer off at the processor and tell them what you want and then come pick it up a few weeks later. But there's a certain satisfaction in doing it yourself. You get to pick the kind of flavor you want, and you get to decide how much fat you want, how juicy you want the sausages. So that's what I do. It is work. I do usually have a little bit of help. But let's load these links up and get them inside of the smoker here. If you're interested in seeing how I built my smokehouse and my firebox and all that, I don't have any video of it, but I did take a picture series of it. So if you're interested in that and want me to put out a short video with some pictures and some narration, just drop a comment there, and I'll see if I can get that going. If you're interested in it, enough people respond to it. It's quite a bit of work to get a video going. So if you're interested in it, let me know. So what I got here is actually rebar, and I just wrap it in aluminum foil, and I'll take my links right here and then I'll start stacking them. You don't want them to touch. You want to leave just a little bit of space in between them, but I'll load it with as many as I can because I like to put them in the top of my smokehouse and not at the bottom. The bottom is where most of your heat is. The top is not as hot, and that's where your smoke's going to accumulate. So I'll load these up. Once I get them inside of the smokehouse, I'll actually separate them down the bar here. It's just easier to get them in there with them stacked in the middle. So what I have inside of here, you can see these sides. That's where my dowels go across. That's where the smoke comes out of my firebox. And I do have a grate down there, so you could actually use, I could actually use this for hot smoking if I want to. I just had to put the meat right at the entrance to the firebox. All right, the smokehouse is loaded. Now I'll tend the fire for about 8 to 10 hours and just make sure there's plenty of smoke. Make sure I've got plenty of smoke, coming out into the smokehouse. I want to show you my temperature. I do have a thermometer. That thermometer, I have it up here at the top of the smokehouse because that's really where I want my temperature control. It's going to be hottest at the bottom where the pipe from the firebox comes out, and so that's why I like to put my meat up here so that it's getting smoke and not necessarily heat. And the goal is to keep this temperature between 90 and 110. You don't want it over that because you'll render the fat inside of the sausage and basically you're cooking it, and so then you'd have cooked smoked sausage versus just smoked sausage. So unfortunately the wind has gotten up. You can see it's quite breezy, and what I said earlier, the wind comes in and goes inside of the gables right here or inside of the cracks and pushes the smoke back out the firebox. So the solution to that is, if your smokehouse is near some electricity, what you'll do is take you a little box fan like this. You want to take a box fan and put some positive pressure, put some air going into the crack of your firebox, and that's going to create positive pressure in here and push the smoke on through to your firebox itself. So you can see I put my box fan right where the crack of my firebox is, and it's going to create positive pressure blowing into here and then make my smoke go up into the firebox itself. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking some of my hickory. This is hickory I cut last year, so it's dried out. I'm taking and putting it in a bucket of water. And what it's going to do, it'll soak up some of the water, and that way it doesn't burn quite as fast when I put it on top of the fire, and it'll make more smoke. A lot of times I do go cut fresh hickory, but I've got this and I want to go ahead and use it up since it's been sitting here on the rack for a year. Well, we're about 2 hours into an 8-hour smoking on this sausage. Let's take a look at it here. Let's check our temperature. Temperature's just right. Let's see what we got inside. Oh yeah. Can you smell that smoky goodness? We're 4.5 hours in. Let's take a look. Looking good. Looking good. Well, folks, it's been a full 8 hours of smoking here on our Link sausage. Me and Nick, sons of the Tallapoosa, we're about to pull it out of the smoker, and we're going to put them in take each link, dump it in some water, and what that does, any ash or anything that came from the fire, it'll rinse that off really quick. You don't want to soak it in water. You just dunk it real quick and then put it in your other pan, and then we'll vacuum seal them up.
Oh, look at that. Smells good.
Mm-hmm. thing to your fans there. Something you could edit or whatever. Cheers.
Yeah, check out our channel, my channel too, Sons of the Tallapoosa. We're gonna have a lot of kayaking adventures this spring.
All right, so we got our bags made up. I'm taking the sausage, put it in the bag. A few links in here. And kind of weigh it up and kind of see where we're at. How much that in there. Pounds right there. That's about one and a half pounds. So if you thaw that out, that's 4 good sausage dogs for a family of 4, or if you just want to eat some sausage, that's about right.
Grab from under there and put.
We'll make some right here in just a second. And there you go. Deer smoke link sausage. Try it if you want to. Remember, it is WORK, but it's worth it. What's going on, crew? We'll go out here and check on the deer smoked link sausage. Y'all seen me clean the deer, prepare the sausage, stuff the sausage, smoke the sausage. Here's the finished product. Are you ready? Listen to the sizzle. There's nothing like preparing food yourself, that you went out and prepared the food plot, harvested the animal, cleaned the animal, prepared everything from start to finish.